So I was gonna use my playtime of Ender Lilies instead of Zelda to talk some more about uh you know what, the book that I'm still definitely not over with yet, much like how I'm still not over Monica and DDLC. Even if I am no longer participating in whatever the heck the fandom is doing nowadays. Ugh. There's only so much. It is pretty sad. When there aren't that many new content for a fandom, they usually tend to devolve into just doing their own thing. And then there's Toho, which somehow still has that problem. Well, it's not really a problem. It's just the way things are when creative works. Or anyway, my voice, yes, missed that game. My voice feels terrible. My throat, I mean, rather. Oh, excuse me. So I'm just gonna be playing since this is in my to-do list, and I have the urge to complete everything on my to-do list because that's my New Year's resolution. So could potentially backfire for me mentally. But anyway.
As such, not a fan of world leaders and states, and sees them as institutions for disempowering the will of the populace, if not outright oppression.
I'm just gonna beat the boss. I decided I should just go beat the bosses first so I can just relax with the exploration.
Killed by imperialists over a century ago. Yeah. But here is more than just an anarchist in the etymological no government sense. The ocean of anarchism contains a lot of varied ideologies, not all of them agreed upon. It's less of a position of being anti-government and more multiple broad threads of principles that manifest into different ideals. Some general themes within anarchism are an oppression to unjust hierarchies, capitalism, and the state's monopoly on violence, and support of direct action, mutual aid, and solidarity with the oppressed. They also have a strong history of anti-fascism. But here's a particular flavor of anarchism implied to include a destruction of class divide, freedom of movement, and even prison abolition, at the very least. More specifically,
whoa!
It
doesn't deal damage at least.
Insurrectionary anarchist, or classification of tactics and praxis rather than ideology.
Ow!
Insurrectionary anarchists believe nothing short of performing direct attacks on institutions of power.
They seem unchanged, but their new damage and health value certainly suck.
There's a lot of ideological nuance to what attack means in this context, but that's the gist. These are the anarchist people typically imagine as dangerous and taught themselves of armed revolutionaries, and while that isn't the only shape they can take, they do generally resist forming formal groups, as they believe that makes them vulnerable to being co-opted, losing sight of their subversive goals. They don't really want to be integrated into the existing status quo. It should be noted that insurrectionary anarchists don't necessarily argue everyone can or should operate the way they do, just that at least some minority must for change to happen. Zahir opposes institutions that impede the freedom of those who live under their boot of power, and rejects the right of world leaders to amass political power used to oppress unwilling citizens. Zahir isn't for chaos itself so much as freedom against institutional coercion and abuse. This applies to governments as functionally institutions that enforce laws and orders through police and prisons, in practice creating a vertical hierarchy of both power and wealth. Anarchists, meanwhile, call for horizontal self-organization instead, where, for Zahir, where man's only allegiance is to himself, those he loves. We can see this in how he had nothing but respect for the restorative air nomads on political principle, despite them ostensibly having a degree of hierarchy, as he does not appear to consider the role of mentors and spiritual guides impressive. And we're also shown that care is taken by their organizer, Tenzin, to ensure that the new air nomads join entirely.
How have I never gotten this before?
After some hiccups, this positions Zahir as an usually credible portrayal of anarchism. He actually supports tearing down oppressive hierarchies and rising above them. The line he crosses that puts him into conflict with our main protagonist, however, is that he considers the titular avatar as part of that oppressive hierarchy. The avatar is a messy metaphor for many many things over the course of the show. Most plainly, in simple terms, they are a seemingly random individual fused with the primordial spirit of order, with the spiritual role to ensure the world remains in balance, reincarnating again and again to take up this mantle in successive lifetimes. The Red Lotus's original plan was to bring the world back to this so-called natural order that existed before the Avatar, where the primordial spirit of order, Rava, and chaos, Vatu, were locked in endless combat, with spirits free to roam the world. Thus, the Red Lotus's criticism of the Avatar is suggested to include the new world order that the first Avatar, Wan, created, namely dividing the human spirit worlds and allowing human society to grow beyond the limits placed on them by the spirits. It's unclear what ultimately would have become of the Avatar as a vessel for Rava if their original plan had succeeded. Regardless, with Vatu having been destroyed by Korra, their plan shifts to killing the Avatar spirit outright and Rava with it, effectively removing both Rava and Vatu. No gods, no masters. The Avatar's power over others has two main components: their sheer physical might and the cultural legitimacy of their judgments. The Avatar easily has the potential to be the most physically powerful human being on their planet, capable of leveling whole armies. And while others can control at most one element, the Avatar can bend all four. In addition, their superpowered Avatar state has repeatedly been made akin to
dang it, I want to avoid this place.
To force political adversaries to bend to their demands.
But it appears there's no more choice.
So,
Let's do this.
They are not immortal and omnipotent. This is discussed as part of their role. Their weakness and mortality is important to allow them to stay connected to the people they are serving, and the Avatar's sheer physical ability to win fights has never been a given, with many different avenues having emerged to undermine their apparent power. Zahir isn't living out some Harrison Bergeron parody. He never remarks on the Avatar being too physically authoritative, nor considers bending elements itself inherently oppressive. The Avatar's social role is the real threat here. The social role of the Avatar is complicated. They seem to be a stand-in for many things, but more or less every culture and society in the Avatar universe acknowledges the Avatar's right to, by force if necessary, mediate and override others to ensure a more just world, to act as the socially recognized arbiter of balance. We see this most plainly with how history will judge the results of conflicts negatively if the Avatar isn't the one to right the scales with their spiritual authority. This is alternatively regarded as harmony, peace, balance, but don't mistake this for neutrality. The Avatar chooses sides based on their moral judgments, and different Avatars have had different values, leading them to make different judgments. Historically, as a geopolitical force, the White Lotus seems to have been organized to help guide the Avatar's moral and spiritual development, to ensure that they would act in the interests of all. Once identified, the fledgling Avatar gives up their worldly possessions and journeys to experience different cultures and worldviews, with the hope that the Avatar will serve as a force for justice and harmony in the name of all people. Despite this, we've still seen the Avatar's capacity for unjust violence and abuse of their power. So if nothing else, it is an imperfect system. Of course, the two examples we have the most information on didn't have typical Avatar journeys, but even Avatars that did made choices with massive negative consequences in retrospect. While the Avatar is a reincarnation of the same being, that doesn't make their value system any more inherently just. And it's not as if the universe suggests that these decisions are more objective or and invaluable, or even consistent. They were, and in many ways still are, just an ordinary person. And yet, their institutional legitimacy to deal out violence and regime change is not confined by anything, and they remain a product of their time. While young Avatars can oppose their own society's injustices, grown Avatars have been shown forming cozy relationships with the very institution of powers, whether or not they are growing an oppressive system. We've seen Avatars take the side of cops and agents to state violence against the people, and it seems like the later lives of Avatars
it looks like things not even the castle could protect them.
As Tenzin notes, the Avatar is not a politician. They don't have to worry about approval ratings of the people they act upon. But to an anarchist, wielding institutional power over others' agency itself is the problem. Here's argument is that a single individual shouldn't have deciding authority over the will of the people as a representative of justice and balance, and that the Avatar's power can easily be abused by its very nature. The thing is, in this universe, the Avatar is the correct person to put your faith in, as the moral perspective of the narrative revolves around them as the main character. The original series leans on this consciously when it discusses the Avatar giving people hope, that without the Avatar, there would be no way to win, as if the world, through the existence of an inherently moral world order, will right itself on its own through the Avatar, and the history supports this reading too. as the 100-Year War is heavily suggested to have only gone on so long because the Avatar wasn't there to stop it. The entire premise of the original series relies on the notion that if the Avatar is defeated, the Fire Nation de facto has won the war. Anarchists could say that the Avatar's cultural existence is doing harm here, as positioning themselves as necessary for justice, that putting your collective faith in external saviors disempowers your own ability to believe in a better world. This is among the common criticisms anarchists make of representative government and voting more broadly, that having an icon you rally around as a savior does more to diminish your own agency rather than empower it. Note that I'm not suggesting that this is the writer's intent, just that this is one way you can read the story. The show itself criticizes this kind of learned helplessness in the episode The Painted Lady, with the kind of oppression that can be individually accepted while putting your faith in others to save you. The previous Avatar, Aang, and his group are also seen much more rallying people to rise and participate in direct action, rather than asking others to put their complete faith in the Avatar alone. Later, Toph goes so far as to criticize how conceited the very notion is, pointing out that the Avatar is no more capable of solving evil than anyone else.
I hate this boss.
We are shown that when Avatar Korra is out of commission for a couple of years, plenty of other agents in their world rose up to take the mantle of bettering the world, suggesting maybe we don't actually need the Avatar, and without one, other individuals would simply rise up to take more responsibility of their world regardless. As for Zahir's critique of the world governments themselves, we are spoiled with options. Zahir cites plenty of examples of failed governments and hierarchies in the show. During the 100-Year War, the Fire Nation government is pretty unambiguously monstrous as the antagonists of the original show. They commit genocide, colonialism, imperialism, ecocide, all backed by a hereditary divine mandate to rule that is ultimately not
I'm your king now.
challenged. But things don't get much
Bow
better
down to the lolly.
in Korra's time either. Take the group responsible for imprisoning Zahir for 16 years. The White Lotus has embraced so much structure and hierarchy that instead of ensuring the Avatar experiences a varying worldviews, they shelter the Avatar in a compound, making her alienated from the struggles of those she's meant to protect. This was a decision made by her father in response to Zahir, passed down from the structure that came out of the White Lotus, openly serving the previous Avatar, essentially transforming the White Lotus from a secret society safeguarding culture and spirituality, played a pivotal role in opposing the aforementioned Fire Nation into prison guards for both the new Avatar and the Red Lotus, who formed in direct opposition to the White Lotus's abandonment of these principles. There's also the United Republic, made up of former colonies of the Fire Nation. Putting to the side the massive injustices we see in the non-Bender Revolution, injustices that are explained as simply the wrong people being in power, and the solutions involving no systemic change to prevent them from happening again. Zahir intends to assassinate the United Republic's president, Raiko, who consistently is shown incapable of any choice that goes beyond short-term security for his, and only his people, even if it would essentially cause the destruction of the whole world. And of course, there is the Earth Queen herself. Tyrannical, arrogant, and cruel, the Earth Queen is everything Zahir hates about government. She lives in a massive palace, using her power to seize money from the poor to fund her excess, and imprison and enslave anyone she sees fit to. Hell, they suggest she eats baby animals for fun. She also is furious at the United Republic for taking her land to make their own empire, which is probably an unintentionally hilariously self-aware sentiment if ever there was one. Going so far as to call her citizens her property and making the capital, Ba Sing Se, effectively a police state. Zahir moving to assassinate her is hardly a surprise. One interesting little detail we see within Ba Sing Se is that transit from
There's a secret thing there.
The lower class rings is free, but going back up requires tickets and passports, with the quality of life being sealed off by these walls. We even see when Mako and Bolin are being told to leave, the Dai Li and their implicit threat of violence is what dissuades them. That said, for all of Zahir's talk of moronic presidents and tyrannical queens, the Metal Clan exists as the show's refutation of Zahir's worldview. Introduced in the same season as him, the city of Zaofu demonstrates that government can be, at least theoretically, used to enable their people's freedom and self-expression rather than curtail it. Their leader, Su Yin, is effective, experienced, and flexible. Their society is flourishing and innovative, unburdened by cultural baggage, and their people seem happy and cared for. Zaofu's government is unique in a lot of ways that agree with Zahir. They reject lengthy, punitive prison sentences, monarchical right to rule, and as a society, do not seem to have much in the way of class divide or poverty. The monorail here is free for all. These principles lead Su to decline reunifying the collapsed Earth Kingdom with President Raiko after the assassination, seeing it as imposing herself upon the world in a coercive manner, under logic that Zahir
actually made it to the boss.
Despite this,
Epic. Let's
Zaofu
go.
does conflict with Zahir Zahir's stated values. They have laws that are imposed on their people, a militarized police that enforces them through violence. Yet their government and laws are portrayed as fair and imposed equally, regardless of class or power. Zaofu doesn't map cleanly onto one ideology, but they do have elements of progressivism, social democracy, and some technocracy thrown in. While Zaofu is far from perfect, in ways I would love to dissect at length another time, it serves to challenge the assertion that states are fundamentally oppressive. Alright, let's get spicy. Let's move to the biggest criticism we see against Zahir. That while Syrian declined to seize power after the Earth Kingdom's collapse, someone else did. The militant Kuvira, who ushered in an even more authoritarian, autocratic regime than the Earth Queen. Which is pretty impressive. The Earth Empire's rise is generally blamed on Zahir both in and out of universe, as representative of real-life occurrences of people's revolutions being followed by an even more authoritarian regime, and if it wasn't for him, the oppressions of the new Earth Empire would never have happened. This is used to say that Zahir's effort to lift oppression merely made oppression worse. So let's dissect how that worked. Following the collapse, the show has roving bandits laying siege to different provinces of the Earth Kingdom, and they terrorize the provinces into handing over their autonomy and resources to the
I believe I would want...
While Kuvira is shown recruiting some
Actually,
bandits,
he's
it is
pretty
never
fast.
explicitly stated that Kuvira was funding their assault on those city-states, although she does acknowledge that they are better funded and prepared than the city, somehow. Textually at least, this suggests that the existence of the previous Earth Queen's army was safeguarding these provinces from being raided. And now, without the government and police, roving bandits are such a threat that there is no other choice. The details of what is going on with these roving bands is never explored. They go so far as to intercept the air nomads airlifting in supplies with a biplane. It's a wonder why they are putting so much resources into starving this one town. And it's a wonder where they were in the original series, where Ba Sing Se had no presence safeguarding smaller Earth Kingdom communities, despite, 100-year-long war. Are these bandits also going hungry? Are they doing better or worse since the government fell? Who were these people before Ba Sing Se's collapse, and society caring for them? Regardless, they do serve as one way
This is
Zahir
such
can
a
be
cool
credited
intro,
accused
honestly.
of enabling Kuvira, while simultaneously harming the people he sought to liberate. That, however, doesn't actually tell the full picture of what happened. Zahir did fund Kuvira or provide her with supplies. The very people who apprehended and imprisoned him did. The international community, particularly the United Republic, through the not-assassinated President Raiko, actively sought out someone to re-establish the Earth Kingdom's monarchical rule over the continent, founded purely on the basis of their military backing and the hereditary birthright of their new, incompetent puppet king. The same United Republic in White Lotus who stood idly by as the Earth Queen terrorized her own people. Zahir may have created the power vacuum, but what crushed it was other governments demanding it be crushed. Of note, if Zahir hadn't assassinated the Earth Queen, there is no alternative offered to stop her. They certainly couldn't vote for things to change. She drafted and imprisoned her citizens, economically extorted them for her lavish lifestyle, and sicked the secret police on anyone who opposed her. All of this is suggested to be in accordance with the law, permitted, and tacitly condoned. If Zahir's actions are disallowed, essentially, she is rendered untouchable. This abuse of game theory, that the notion that we should allow tyrants to oppose their people because opposing them could make things worse, is whether we like it or not, what this argument amounts to. So reliable a logic, in fact, that it is the intentional practice among despots to have their second-in-command be even more vile, to discourage removing them from power. But to many anarchists, power doesn't justify itself for holding you hostage. You don't need to agree, and the political calculus can vary situationally. But there is solid ground for Zahir's argument that fighting oppression is justified, regardless of whether or not we can ensure it's replaced by something better. The criticism of Zahir also rests on a deterministic, predictable notion of history. It needs to be shown that the way things did turn out is the only way they could have turned out. To help illustrate this, let's apply this to another example. If in The Painted Lady, Katara had been arrested after blowing up the polluting factory, and the city was destroyed by the Fire Nation thereafter, would the lesson be that people should have just accepted the factory poisoning their water definitely? That we should have known that trying to stop them would only make things worse? That the factory was the lesser evil, and that surely there must have been a better, more polite way to get what they needed to have happen? I don't think so. So, we can say Zahir caused Kuvira, in that if it wasn't for him, Kuvira would never have happened in a causal sequence of events.
Gotta love him.
But that is as true as saying if it wasn't for Zahir, the Earth Kingdom would never have become federated. If it wasn't for Zahir, the monarchy would never have destabilized. You can also also say Zahir getting captured is the thing that made Kamira's rise possible. But again, you're talking as if the cause and effect is more simple than it is, and reality resists being simplified. Further, why is Zahir generally blamed for Kamira crushing his revolution with something worse? But Raiko and the United Republic directly funding the shift towards fascism is seen as merely an extra detail. We judge the actions and consequences of the status quo more gently than those trying to fight for a better world. Can you think of any examples where this comes up in other situations? Now, this doesn't directly justify murdering anyone.
What the? I was just going to say, did I already say this? But I just said this guy has no projectiles. Oh my god, that was so scary.
Maybe murder is okay if they are directly going to kill people and not indirectly by ordering other people to implement policies through structural violence. Or maybe starving and enslaving hundreds of people isn't enough grounds. Nonetheless, it raises interesting questions about who we blame for things and what kind of violence we can and can't accept. And these moral boundaries aren't always as neat and obvious as we wish them to be.
What the? Ah!
For all of Zahir's critique of the world, though, that doesn't necessarily mean his
so fast.
While it's easy to dismiss arguments by yelling hypocrisy, or just delegitimizing a compelling villain's perspective by having them also be a fraud, who lied to everyone, Zahir's praxis actually tangibly undermines his goals. Zahir is solely focused on dismantling power, but what does Zahir's world look like? He has no established long-term notion of building a better society out of the ashes, and at every turn he's willing to seize and oppress others in service of his goals, so long as he can justify it as temporary. Like, take prisons. He's willing to use the power of having Mako and Bolin imprisoned over them. He throws his White Lotus captors in prison to starve for weeks. He literally chains Korra up in a prison to die. And it's like camaraderie. He's a backstabber, and he kills his own people. Loyal people like Highway, for the sake of cleaning up loose ends. If his structures of power won't protect the people who aren't useful to him.
Huh?
What good are they? This also applies to his most damning actions, capturing the new air nomads and reneging on his deal to free them from captivity. It isn't fully explained why exactly he does this, maybe to use them as ongoing leverage, but the air nomads were the closest organizational structure to his goals, so that he centralized society free of coercion. Imperiling them indeterminately is invincible on any psychological grounds. This reflects a larger issue with his agenda. He spends no time building larger communities and movements up. believes that rulers themselves are the cause of the world's problems, and not the systems that created them. Killing Rama wouldn't have stopped Kubira from existing. He thinks without rulers, we would organize ourselves into a better society, as if decades of life.
Bro, you're calling me now?
Nandiyan ba si Mami?
Yes. It was just that she was too busy gossiping to answer her gosh darn phone. She's here now. Try calling again.
Hindi, sabihin mo na lang yung chat ko naman sa Facebook.
Oh, alright.
Sige.
Yes. Read your messenger.
Decades of life experiences confining people's imaginations will cause them to merely recreate the rulers that oppress them. The hero's inability to do systemic analysis limits his ability to create lasting change in power balances. This is one thing Kubira, for example, understood dangerously well, which allowed her to play the political landscape to rise to power. Meanwhile, Zahir imagines his anarchist principle will manifest in the world by ripping apart the existing order with no foundation to grow from. Zahir makes a case against hierarchical government, but his methods could not have achieved an alternative. The fact that even within his own group he still participates in direct, unnecessary harm to bystanders and allies undermines that he really can imagine creating a world without abuse of power over others. He acts in ways that sabotage the very communities that he endorses. Even in the case of the Avatar, he seems under the illusion that during the time of Wan there were no prisons, inequity, or oppression. That imprisoning Vatu and closing the spirit portals is what made the world change for the worse. But we've seen what the world was like before the Avatar. It was a mess of injustices back then too. And if we take pause and examine the air nomad culture he idolizes so much, their community didn't spring up and flourish in a vacuum. They developed and reinforced cultural values over generations that took collective work and effort to create and maintain. Work that Zahir doesn't understand takes more than a few assassinations to foster. Work that Tenzin is doing right now that Zahir needlessly sabotages. Zahir may imagine a better world, but he doesn't understand the work required to get there. He sees his only obstacle as the elimination of the current world order. But without a more robust look at the causes of injustice, how we perpetuate them, and how to build a society without them, he's rendered unable to succeed in creating anything, just tearing things down. He wants a society free of oppression, but he only understands how to topple oppressors. And frankly, that isn't enough to realize his dream of a new reality, burdened by the monstrosities he sees in the current one.
Whoops. Okay, he's as confusing to fight, and those long-lasting slow projectiles that limit your movement, that probably hit like a truck. Oh god. Oh!
No way! No, come on, everyone, say it with me. This is what you've all been waiting for. Woo! Please, you think you could? Like, she should be spitting, but she's just not. Just give me. If this was the only scene in all of Pokemon that had voice acting, that'd be fine. I hope they don't focus my guy, because I'm just gonna sword dance and just hope for the best. Oh, they tried to sucker punch me. I won. Ooh, sword dance falling. Nice slash kills. Yeah, of course it does. Yeah, so my ghost Pokemon after is kind of scary. Oh, my attack rose. Why? Wait, why? Is the crowd cheering me on? Is that what just happened? Oh, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, that, honestly, good strat. Oh, can you Shadow Sneak again? But I'm good. I'm all good. Yeah, that's gonna kill everything.
Ah, right in my Elvis.
Parasite the guy, make him dead, unalive.
Right in my Elvis Presley. But without the wrestling.
Oh wait, I like that. I like that a lot. That's really cool. And then it just and the crowd loves it. Honestly, I think this was the easiest gym battle yet. And I don't know why they kept giving us Omni Boost. I've already done all the types, I just have to do the... Oh, hi, how are you? Rika. God, every character design in this game is phenomenal. But I think the Pokemon on Team Poppy are really strong too, says Poppy. Like, really strong. Which one of you is stronger, do you think? Well, I'm one of the Elite Four, so I am more amazing. Now, aren't you just adorable? Wait, it's hard to believe when this tiny one is actually in the Elite Four? What?
Go to your second phase already.
I don't believe this. I mean, yeah, I guess a 10-year-old becomes champion in every single region, so why can't a 3-year-old be the Elite Four? Oh, I know, we want to do the raid now, right? Because I think there's one left to do.
Oh,
I will say, this handles awfully. This is not nearly as fun as I thought it was.
okay, you know what? How about I just ignore the guard?
I thought I did bad. Yeah,
Play for the long game. Like the really long game.
Easily my favorite part of Sword and Shield. What in the gender is every character in this game? Yeah, what do we want?
What in the gender?
Probably not. We probably just find the steel. Yeah, let's just kill it. Yeah, just a bomb. Oko. Yeah. I think it's funny that the only balance for that move is that you can't do it twice. Look, it could even be Gigaton Hammer. Trick Room? No! That's bad! Don't do it! Undo it! I'm faster! And now I get hit by 2 earthquakes in a row! Wait, that was an off. Okay, no, run it back. Alright. Trick Room helps on this, but what does that really do? Oh, now he's slower than me! God! Alright. I get wiped.
Silva will still be good. Because she actually breaks shields and stuff.
Or maybe I can take one.
Maybe I can even go for Elaine and focus on projectiles. Nah, that won't work.
Runs out now. No way, Justin, no. Okay, Trick Room's over. We can finally play the game, because holy shit. That was the worst metronome I could ever get. I think we just spam the fire move now, and just hope nobody else happens to have Trick Room. Especially locked on metronome. What's the ice hat? Oh, it's a snowflake, of course it is. It makes Altaria look really bald. It makes it look like a headband. It's a little... Okay, GG. Yeah, shake my hand. I win. Oh, it's not gonna ruin our lives twice in a row. Right? Right? Show me what we got. Show us a victory. Uh-huh. Just like that. It's that easy, folks. Never lose 2 points in a row. That's me. And that's it. All 8 gym badges. Now we just have to challenge the Elite Four, and Mono's probably going to meet us somewhere in the middle of that too. Oh, hello, yeah. Alpha Tinkerton, yeah. I hope you weren't paying attention to that game. This screenshot sums everything up. It's so close to being cool every time. Like, I can't take this evolution seriously. This is a big moment for me, and I just can't take it seriously. Okay. But Bisharp fixes all of our problems. Congratulations, it evolved. So if you didn't know, Bisharp evolves in this game, but first he has to kill 3 other Bisharps. No, not those. These. To become king, you have to murder 3 clouded Bisharps, which shouldn't have taken me half an hour, but yeah, it took me half an hour. Can we talk about how cool he is? Next on our list was to tackle the final Team Star raid, and just thank God it's the last one. Ooh, let me hear an Hasta La Vista star from you, nice and loud. Do we? Oh, okay. God, just, why are we acting like we don't know who the secret hacker is? Who's good with technology, saw us battle, was fighting Team Star, and suddenly shows up at the end. We're like, why are we playing like we don't know who it is? I just feel so bad knowing that some kid got to the end of it and was like, wow, what a twist. I like how they're just weighing my worth as a trainer as they're just, as I'm auto-battling. This really requires no skill. Oh, never mind, it requires a lot of skill, actually. Oh, wait, this guitar? His theme is insane. I've just never heard it go on this long. These normally the battles are easy. Whew. Just in time for us to fight the fighting card. Because of course it was. Who pitched this? So what we're gonna do is run away with Shed Tail. We lose some HP, swap in, it's your turn substitute. So I feel like a fighting move is coming out, and then we just ignore it. Yeah, break, there it is. Perfect pivot. And now I am expecting it to use Sucker Punch for coverage. And then we just Swords Dance. And then it doesn't hurt us.
Alright, so there's a difference between when he's gonna fire that projectile and when he's actually gonna charge at me.
One Sucker Punch? I think that it's gonna use Sucker Punch. And we're gonna drop our Ghost typing, so it just doesn't matter. Oh, Sucker Punch! Beautiful! Okay, so now it definitely doesn't do Sucker Punch, but we're +6 attack. And then we probably OHKO it? We should. We absolutely should. And then since that has Life Steal, because what do you do at this point? I think
you know
we
what?
just win, right? Maybe? Okay, see,
Have you tried the dog?
all the puzzle pieces. We just had to put them all together. I knew we had something somewhere. That just felt good to watch. To find a plan and just have it pay off like that, just getting to set up perfectly. Oh, a year and a half ago, I do not care. I'm riding on a high like any other right now. And we got the final battle.
She's a good girl.
So all that's left to do now is the final story. The final story being every single story hack. You know what I mean? Okay, so now what is the hack thing? Yeah, we did it. All of the Team Star buildings have fallen. So, now what? Okay, now we're at the final stage. One thing left on the agenda. We must defeat Big Boss, have Star disbanded for good, but where are they? Okay, they're gonna say it's me. Yep. Whoa, what a twist. I'm the one who found the Team Star. Back then, they were my closest friends. I treasured them more than anything. I thought it was possible, but with this revelation, I just might have an inkling as to their true identity. It seems we'll find our answer after dark in the Academy schoolyard. Let's prepare as best as we can before heading over. Dude, just come on. Alright, back to the schoolyard we go. Oh, come on, the name's Clive, remember? Actually, no. It's time for me to bring this little performance to an end. Allow me to reveal my true identity. What? It's been him all along? What? There is still one more astonishing truth I must reveal to you. The true identity of Cassiopeia, the big boss of Team Star, was me. Oh, I don't believe that. I don't think that's possible. Oh, okay, and he's like level 60 Pokemon, so we lose. Oh. Well, yeah, we're just having the super climactic battle, and all the students are just letting it happen, not even paying attention to it. 12 level difference, and what a sad Pokemon that is. Abomasnow can just never catch a break. Water Trick is neutral damage, it always crits and stabs. Yeah, that's good. Stone Edge, that doesn't kill, yeah. Okay, so we're managing to hold our own here, despite being drastically underleveled.
Oh.
Wait, is he the villain? No, he's not. He's pretending to be, because the villain is a student. Do I die? Oh, well honestly, who cares? Like, this doesn't look like the right play, but because of the guaranteed crit, it might hurt a lot. Well, I think that was a lot. We definitely died. Oh my god, yeah, I know we died. That's an 07 for me. Well, we did our best. I'll take this fire hit. I'm gonna revive once. And I think we did it, despite being like 12 levels under level. That was a cheesy fight. Well now, Master Alpha, it seems you have grown quite splendidly over the course of your treasure hunt. And here, once again, I must apologize. I am not actually Cassiopeia. What? Though Clive and myself being the same person was no lie, mind you. Cassiopeia's true identity remains hidden. But I believe I can hazard a guess as sex and who they may be. That is why I sought to spare you from having to confront them in battle. Their sorrows should not be yours to bear. However, Cassiopeia... Okay, look. It's bugging the hell out of me that I keep saying Cassiopeia instead of Cassiopeia. Like, I don't know what dumbest shit I was on in this exact moment, but at
Dang it.
I'm pissed.
Okay, never
I'm
mind.
not having a good time listening to this. Settle on a course of action is determined to see it through. Do not imagine any ordinary student could hope to stand against them and win. Oh my god! Is that... Oh, actually I have no idea who that is. Thanks for coming. Wait. Oh, is it who I think it is? It's Penny, guys! Who would have seen this one coming? Maybe her team just sucked. If it was good, she could have just done this whole mission on her own. Okay, Umbreon. Okay, we're getting some good ones out. Show me something else. Metal Claw. Okay, we got one. Ooh, wait, maybe she can't hit me. Maybe she only has, like, fire moves and quick attack. Another fun time to set up, huh? Okay, so now we're +2. So this is either going to be really, really good, or it's going to be very embarrassing as I immediately die and waste my Terra. Okay, I shouldn't use Shadow Sneak. God damn it. God, I had it. I set up and everything. Alright, well, we're faster here. God. So we're going to put this new strat to the test. We're going to use Gigaton Hammer here. And now we're like, oh no! We can't use it twice in a row. But I think we have time. I can't fault you on your battle skills at all. No wonder the bosses fell in your hands. Yeah, I mean, come on, I could be playing a lot better. Time to terrestrialize, shine bright like the starry sky, and become who you really want to be. It's just going to be another fairy type, right? And if so, that doesn't matter. Just a song. Oh, okay, all of that just to use Shadow Ball, huh? And now we get to use Metronome. And it is. Alright.
What? The kid killed me!
This might work. This might not. Please hurt yourself in confusion. Well, that's really upsetting that the metronome didn't do anything at all. At least we won. I guess. It's finally over, guys. It's done. Fade to black. Okay. That's gonna be it.
Okay, there we go.
I think we should
Finally.
call it quits. Hold up.
That was really stupid.
Break up the team? You gotta be joking. You got carried away with Operation Star. Now everything's gotten out of hand. Look, she just gave me 15K for beating her dumbass Eevee team. Like, these are just stupid rich kids who went to their drama department, pulled out some costumes, and they didn't even do anything bad. They just played pretend. It's an after-school club of spoiled rich kids. That was it. That was all that happened. There's no way we're getting off scot-free. I guess you're right. This little stump might have put us up the creek. I'll fix the mess on my end. Just leave it to me. What do you say? I'm the one who started Team Star. I dragged you. Come on, man. Oh my god, no way. No way they gave us this shot. Look at this. Look at this. This is like a Hallmark ABC Family kind of show. And now we saw, okay. Of all 3 storylines in the game, this one was by far my least favorite. Every character was just fucking stupid. And I don't even know what
This guy's still really hard.
I don't get it. I don't understand why, what, when, why, how, or where, why this all happened. What does Team Star mean to you? That's such a great question. Please enlighten me. They're my greatest... What does that mean? Oh, the real treasure were the friends we made along the way. Oh, he's revealing his identity again. Oh, and she's surprised. She's surprised. Oh, surprise. guys, idiot. We're fading to black and you're getting punked because we're gonna give you a nice HD cutscene. Oh. All of her friends were here, and they knew that she's the big boss. Oh my god, like, I don't want to be super cynical. I just think this entire plotline was pointless. What did we learn? What did we gain from it? You know? Like, what was the hero's journey that we went on? I think, like, the whole Pokemon League, I like Nimona the rival, I think the Titans were cool. But what was the point of this plotline? Outside of just buying time. The Academy's order for Team Star to disband and my decree to expel those who did not obey are hereby... They weren't punished! Literally, they weren't punished at all! That's bad teaching! It's just like, what is it with the school's reputation? They literally rebelled against the school, and then they weren't punished because it's a private prep school with pompous ass kids. The silver spoon stays resting in their mouth, and he's just letting it. Why would they be punished for after-school acting? I don't know. I don't get it. But the director seemed like it was such a bad thing. They were recruiting students. They weren't attending class. Your protracted truancy, your brazen customization of school uniforms, your unauthorized usage of academy equipment, your reckless modification of Shepard is driving of Pokemon-powered vehicles. Yeah, go on. There you go. That's what they did. Your disregard for school rules cannot be overlooked. But I thought you just said they were not punished. Thus, as punishment, you will all be required to engage in community service. Oh, okay. Thank God. Justice. They have to manage STCs, and that stands for Star Training. No, they weren't punished. No, never mind. Okay. A plot twist. They got me. Pokemon's known for their plot twist. That was a great one. Alpha, what do you think? I don't. Please stop by my office later if you would. Am I the one in trouble? I just want to say, this has been a great game. The fights were fun. The areas were fun. But like, why? It's just commentary on the justice system. You know, if you're rich enough, if you got money, you get it for free, you know? It's just a commentary on the elite 1% in Pokemon and how they're just not punished. Oh. Bro, if I met Penny in high school, I'd shove her in twice as many lockers just to make up for what the shit they're not doing. Who is it?
Alright, so these two remain the best guard
hello,
breakers.
Director. She's not even in school uniform. Just want to say, she's the only student not in school uniform. I think I should be punished more heavily than the others, I think. Why so? No, not because of that. Because of the other really bad thing I did. What would that be? You know, the LP I gave you both in exchange for helping me with Operation Starfall. I got hold of it sort of illegally by hacking the... That's embezzlement! See, that is quite the revelation. I didn't think such a thing was even possible in the first place. It wasn't all that hard. I mean, I won't do it again. This matter is rather out of my jurisdiction, I'm afraid. No! No way! No way! She just admitted to a felony! Multiple times! And that is out of your jurisdiction? No way! Absolutely no way! I cannot believe it! The 1% open. Oh my god! Oh my god! This is the most shocking thing
I only have 1 SP. You know what? Fuck this. I'm just as mad as Alpharad right now.